It was late afternoon when Jack and Sarah arrived at Sleepy Hollow, a small, quiet town in New York known for its eerie history. The two friends, both avid fans of urban legends, had heard rumors about an abandoned treehouse deep in the woods. Local whispers claimed it was haunted, but they were determined to uncover the truth. After parking their car at the edge of the woods, they gathered their supplies, flashlights, cameras, and a sense of adventure, and set off down the narrow trail. As the trees thickened around them, the air grew colder, and the distant sounds of the town faded. Jack laughed nervously. "What do you think? Just another ghost story?" Sarah wasn't so sure. "I don't know, Jack. There's something off about this place." "Stay with us till the end. What happens next will leave you speechless." After walking for what felt like an eternity, the dense trees parted, revealing an overgrown path leading further into the forest. The once beautiful treehouse loomed ahead, its silhouette silhouetted against the dimming sky. The structure appeared ancient, with broken planks and vines curling up the sides. Jack immediately pulled out his camera, capturing every angle. "This is it," he said. But as Sarah stepped forward, she noticed something strange. A faint light flickered from one of the windows. She paused. "Do you see that?" she whispered. Jack squinted. "It's probably just a reflection, or a trick of the light." "Want to know what happens next?" They cautiously approached the treehouse, the wooden steps creaking under their weight as they climbed. The air around them felt unnaturally still, as though the forest itself was holding its breath. As Sarah reached the top, she noticed something unsettling, a thick layer of dust, but in the center of the floor, there were fresh footprints. Suddenly, a soft whisper echoed through the empty space, barely audible but distinct. "Get out." Sarah froze, her hand clutching Jack's arm. "Did you hear that?" she gasped. Jack looked around, confused. "It's just the wind. Come on, let's keep going." But Sarah was unconvinced. She felt eyes watching them, though there was no one in sight. As they ventured deeper into the treehouse, the temperature dropped. Sarah's breath became visible in the air. Jack turned on his flashlight, scanning the walls. "We should head back," he said, but Sarah was fixated on a strange symbol carved into the floorboards. It was an intricate design, almost like a warning. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed from below them. Both of them jumped, and Sarah screamed, her flashlight flickering out. Jack cursed under his breath and tried to turn it back on. "What the hell was that?" he muttered, but the silence that followed was suffocating. Then, just as quickly as it had started, it was gone. But the dread lingered, and Sarah could feel something in the air, an oppressive weight, a presence. "Want to know what happens next?" The wind outside howled louder now, rattling the windows of the treehouse. Jack tried to shake off the unease, but something wasn't right. The floor beneath their feet seemed to shift, creaking and groaning as if something was moving in the darkness below them. Sarah glanced at the window again and gasped. A figure stood in the distance, partially obscured by the trees, but unmistakable. A tall figure, wearing tattered clothes. "Who's there?" she shouted. But the figure didn't respond. Instead, it started moving toward them, slowly at first, then faster. Heart racing, they ran to the door. Jack reached for the handle, but it wouldn't budge. They were trapped. "Want to know what happens next?" Panicking, Jack tried to break the door open, but the air around them thickened with an eerie chill. The figure was almost upon them, its eyes glowing an unnatural shade of green. "We have to go," Sarah screamed. She grabbed Jack's arm and pulled him toward the window, breaking it with a nearby plank of wood. They scrambled down the tree, their feet slipping on the wet bark. The figure reached the base of the treehouse just as they hit the ground, but they didn't dare look back. They ran through the woods, not stopping until they were safely at the edge. When they finally turned around, the treehouse was gone, vanished, as if it had never been there at all. They never spoke of what happened again. But every year, on the night of the full moon, they hear a whisper on the wind. "Get out."